All right, y'all. Welcome. Week 9, lean to shredded. This is the physique. We just got done with calisthenics. Slow vacuum pose. I'll show you guys the abs. I'm gonna show you guys the back real quick. I know I told you guys I'm not chasing low weights, and that's gonna remain true, obviously. But I still want to be super transparent with you guys. All the goofy stuff going on with just fitness in general, and even though I'm not like some fitness influencer, I don't consider myself a fitness influencer. But I still want to be super transparent with my audience. So my weight today is 182.2. I told you guys we're basically doing like a recomp, right, to get back down to 175. But we're not chasing the scale going down. So like realistically, obviously, when I say recomp, I mean we're getting back to where I believe it was week 6. I was 175. So we got to get back there, but we're doing it in a better way. Like I've been doing a lot of research on cortisol, which I'll talk about a little bit when I sit down and talk to you guys, right? But we're going back there with better recovery. You know, we're getting single digit body fat. So we're not like, I expect things to be a little dicey, but things we can't be sleeping 3-4 hours a night and waking up 6-7 times a night. That's not going to happen, right? So we're getting back there with better body composition, if that makes sense. So that's like the recomp phase, but we're going to push below 175 for sure. We're going to push to about 170 to get that 27-inch waist. Today, my waist is a 28. You know, my waist isn't going to be dropping week to week, but 10 weeks from today, when the cut is over, my waist will for sure be at least a 27 and a half. I know I can get my waist to 27 and a half. We've proven that, but it should be to 27, right? So I'm gonna sit down and talk to you guys. This is the physique. Show you guys the legs. Again, I'm 182.2, so we're in the low 180s. We're gonna finish this month. I mean, and again, I didn't put on 8-9 pounds of fat coming back up from 175. I did put on a few pounds of fat though. I'm gonna be real. I'm not as lean as I was a few weeks ago, but a lot of that was also water. So I say that to say we're not just losing fat going back down to 175. Some of that is water, but I do expect to be back in the 170s by the end of this month. So we do have like a schedule. We're not chasing the weight going down, the scale going down, but we still do have markers that we're expecting to hit, because I'm not going to just recomp to an inch off my waist while being in the 180s. I'm going to have to definitely get back to the low 170s, right? But we're just being smarter about it. So the recomp phase is getting back to the 175s, which is where we were early March. And then we finish through and cut about another 5 to 7 pounds from there, right? We're not getting to 165, but we'll get to like 170. You know, we'll get to the low 170s for sure. And that should definitely get me to that 27-inch waist, which is what the goal is. 27-inch waist and a more chiseled face. That's the only reason why I'm cutting, right? And we want to get the low abs popping a little bit too. I do have some ab veins. I don't know if you guys can see it right now, but I do have some ab veins going on. So I would say I'm definitely between 11 to 12% body fat right now. I was about 10% when I was 175 a few weeks ago, but it's like I had lost like 6 pounds and I looked leaner, but some of that was muscle, guys. Like I was really struggling for like that week. So we're being smarter. Again, I'm getting shredded and I want to stay shredded. So the way I've been cutting recently has been way smarter. You know, I did weigh myself a few weeks ago, or like last week. I did get up into like the mid 180s, so weight has been coming back down. I did gain like 10 to 12 pounds from like 175, guys. And again, a few pounds of that was fat, but a lot of that was just restored glycogen. But a few pounds of that was definitely fat. Like 3 pounds, 4 pounds of that was definitely fat. I was struggling, man. But we're back in there mentally. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna sit down and talk to you guys. But basically, the goal is 182.2 right now, right? We'll be about 180, 181 next Sunday, which is today's the 12th, the 19th. So by the 26th, we should definitely be in like the high 170s, right? Then by the end of May, we should be back into the about like the mid 170s. From there, like we'll be between like 174 and 176. And then we have until June 21st. So from the last 3 to 4 weeks, we could push another 3 to 4 pounds, right? Once we hit 175, weight's going to be coming off even slower. From now until 175, weight might come off a little faster, again, because not all of it is fat. But once we hit 175 and we're hitting like real new low weigh-ins, to go from 175 to 172 to like 170, which is probably like the max I'll take it to get to my 27-inch waist, we'll be losing like a pound a week from there, right? Max. We're not going to be losing a pound and a half, a pound and 3/4 a week. So very strategic. I have a spreadsheet that I'm working with to like track my sleep, track all my stuff. Basically the same thing I do with my clients. I'm coaching myself, but it's the same thing I do with my clients. So I'm going to eat and then I'm going to put on a t-shirt and talk to you guys, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the physique check-in. You know, nothing crazy. We got 10 weeks to go. We're going from lean to shredded. We're taking our time. You know, I stupidly got into a little bit too big of a deficit, even though it wasn't too aggressive. I mean, it was too aggressive. Even though I didn't think it was too aggressive, it definitely was. Right? So we had to come up, fix our structure, which is like my whole thing, man. You got to have structure that's conducive to the goals that you want. You know, not sleeping, not recovering, cortisol high as shit. That's not what I want, right? So we fixed that. We've been cutting the last few weeks after, because that was like last month. So we've been cutting the last few weeks, taking it nice and slow, and now we're picking it up a little bit, but we're still being very modest, right? We're not looking to kill ourselves. We're looking to get shredded and stay shredded. So we're being very smart. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna sit down and talk to you guys for a little bit, mostly about the whole cortisol thing I've been studying, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. You could track your weight, right, without chasing weight, without chasing low weigh-ins, low scale weight. So that's why I want to be more transparent with my weigh-ins and stuff, because it's not like the scale is the enemy, but we still want to track our weight, right? We just don't want to chase low weigh-ins. So that's why I'm gonna give you guys like what I'm doing, right? So 182.2 today. Last Sunday of the month is April 26th. And we're looking at being between 177 and 179 by then. Again, we're not chasing it, but our deficit is conducive to being there, right? So that's what we're doing. And then from there, by the end of May, we should be in the low 170s, the low to mid 170s, right? The mid to low 170s, I should say. And then between the end of May and June 21st, which is the last day, we'll just very small adjustments like week to week, right? And we'll probably end up in the low 170s, right? We want to basically, I want that 27-inch waist because I'm not a big dude. Me getting my waist as small as possible is what's going to help me just make my physique look even better. So I want that 27-inch waist. If the 27-inch waist, I know for sure I got to get below 175, right? And I know for sure I'm not getting to 165. So we're looking at somewhere between 170 and 175 for me to get that 27-inch waist. If I get the 27-inch waist at like 173, we're not going to push. But if at like 173, I'm at like a 27 and a half, I probably will push to like 170. Right? And again, I'm 182.2 right now. And we have 10 weeks to go. And that's why I'm taking my time. But I just want to give you guys that real quick because I am tracking that. The same thing I would do with my clients, I'm doing with myself pretty much. Okay, now let's talk about cortisol real quick because I don't want to keep you guys too long. You know, I told you guys I'm cutting to get a leaner face and a smaller waist. Cortisol, like I'm gonna be real with you. If you're cutting, you're putting yourself in a bit of a stressful situation. Obviously, you're doing a controlled starvation, which I've talked about on this channel before. But just not sleeping, training super intensely and not recovering, and expecting things like a smaller waist and a leaner face, that's not gonna happen. And when you have high cortisol, that's where you start holding water and fat, is in the face and the stomach. Those are like the two main places. So I've been really focused on just being relaxed, just chill, just calm, focus on doing my training, you know, working on my business, being smart, just hitting my calories daily and taking my time. It's one of the reasons why I extended my timeline. I've set my goals, 27-inch waist, chiseled face, right? We're not stressing. We're focusing on getting good sleep. We're taking, you know, I could go through my supplement stack with you guys in a future video, but we're taking like magnesium glycinate, ashwagandha, a few of the things I take, you know, all natural supplements, but we're just being very smart, very strategic, right? So a lot of us are in like a very stressful life. Like we kind of have things in our life that are very stressful, whether it be work, family, friends, whether it be self-induced stress, like stressing about low weigh-ins. That's why, like, I'm gonna be real with you, like scale anxiety is a real thing. Like waking up in the morning or like going to sleep at night and being like, damn, I hope I get a new low weigh-in. Like all that shit, people don't think about stuff like that, but all that adds up to like just extra stress. But me, I'm telling you, I'm not chasing low weigh-ins. I'm eating the same thing every day. I'm not like letting like women stress me out. Like I'm not letting family stress me. Like I'm just working out, making my content, helping you guys, working with my clients. Very simple life. And it's the best way for me to make sure that I get the results that I want at the end of these 10 weeks. And again, the goal is to maintain. So I'm being very smart, very strategic. I really like where I'm at right now, physically and mentally, which is what this is, a physique and mindset check-in, right? So boom, this is week 9. We're going to keep this video short. Again, we're expecting to be between 177 and 179 by the end of the month. And then by the end of May, we're expecting to be probably somewhere between, let me check real quick. Somewhere we'll be in like the mid to low 170s, right? I don't want to, because once we get below 175, it's like we for sure got to get to 175. But once we get below 175, we really just got to be seeing where we're at, right? That's when we're really not chasing scale weight. I know for sure I got to get to 175. I know I'm not going to get a 27-inch waist above 175 right now. But once we're at 175, that's when we're really like, okay, right? So we're looking at mid to low 170s by end of May. And then from there, we'll use May 31st or June 21st to just get nice and crispy like the last 3-4 weeks, right? So that's the plan, man. I'm really happy, really excited. You feel good when you have a purpose and a mission. So this is mine. Excuse me. This is mine to get shredded, to document my journey, to help you guys grow. If you need my help getting lean, and once I get shredded, I'm going to say if you need my help getting shredded too, I'm going to be able to say that. But I can for sure say if you need my help getting lean, because I've done that. So if you need my help getting lean, check the description. Custom training programs, custom nutrition programs, and my full 16-week coaching program. I'm going to do a full day eating at the end of this month too. So we'll do that at the end of this month. And I'm going to do we'll do at least 3, 2 to 3. We'll do at least 2. We'll do a full day eating at the end of April, and we'll do one at the end of May, and we'll probably do one at the end of June. They're going to be probably the same meals each time, but you guys really are interested in it, and I don't have any problem making that video. So that would be a separate video. That won't be part of the series. That would be like a full day of eating, right? A video that I make sometime between Monday and Saturday during the week, right? So that's what we got going on. Very, very detailed, very organized, very happy right now. As you can see, I'm smiling because I love the process, man. I love the journey. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, check the description if you need some help. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.